Hi, welcome back to another episode of Runners Like Us, a place for the everyday runner to share their journey of triumphs and their passion of all things running, plus a look at everyday life. I'm super excited today for this conversation we're about to have with our guest. He went from running a 3:08 at Boulderthon, which is in Boulder, Colorado, a marathon, in September to running a 2:38 at the City of Oaks in North Carolina in November. Keith was a coach of mine at F45. We connected when we learned that we both have a passion for running. He is a big advocate for men's mental health. I'm super excited to learn more about his training regimen and what goes through his mind during his runs. Please welcome Keith to the show.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Jason. I'm excited to be here. Can I say really quick? I just started listening to you guys kind of recently, and I don't know what my first episode was, but I've been really enjoying it and just think it's a very interesting perspective that I've been enjoying listening to a lot. So I just wanted to say that really quick off the top here.
Thanks. We
Oh, that's
really
Yeah,
awesome. I
appreciate
appreciate that.
that.
Yeah,
yes.
I definitely appreciate that.
Well, we do the best we can, right?
It's
Yeah.
different. It's different. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. And I love it. So just wanted
Yeah.
to give you kudos for that.
Thanks.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate
Appreciate it,
that.
brother.
We're a team, aren't we?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Teamwork.
Why don't we just start off just super basic? Tell us where you're from, how long you've been in Colorado, because you're in Colorado like me. Just a little background.
Sure. I am from Illinois originally, just outside of Chicago a little bit, the suburbs, Aurora, Illinois. Grew up there, born and raised, lived there my whole life. And I moved out here to Colorado in 2020. So I've been out here for 5 years now. I picked up running back home. Well, that kind of influenced my decision to move out here a little bit. I just needed a bit of a change too, but the running scene out here is crazy and have really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that is true. Can you tell us what do you do every day?
Well, I'm working right now to get licensed as a teacher.
Sweet.
Nice,
Yeah, I'm
nice.
working in a kindergarten class right now and learning and teaching. So I'm a student and I'm a teacher at the same time. And the goal
Mhm.
is at the end of this year, I will be licensed as a teacher and I will take over my own classroom at the start of next year.
Nice.
It's kind of crazy for me to say and like think about still. So that's off in the distance, but I'm excited for that opportunity and getting through all of this. And it's been a lot of hard work so far, but it's putting me out of my comfort zone, which is
Mhm.
good. I find that's good for me to have something like that. They're going to help place me. I'm going through a program doing it, and that's starting up very soon. So I'm going to be looking in January at places to get settled into.
That's awesome. Well, early
Yeah, right
Yeah,
congrats.
that's
now it's
awesome.
in DPS. We're
Love the
in
schools.
Denver
Mhm.
Public Schools.
Right on. You'll be great at it.
I know, crazy. I mean, like you said, I was coaching you, and I did that for a little while too. So I guess a little more background into that. When I moved out here to Colorado, I started working more in like the health space. Because that's what I got my degree in was health science, health and human sciences. And I find that I still have a passion for that. So I think it was a good degree to get. That pursuit started when I got out here. I was working one-on-one with kids with autism and on the autism spectrum. I was doing that for about 3 years and just kind of some other things in between that, but more focused in the health aspect of things was that. And along that time, I was working to get my personal trainer certification. So I didn't have that upon moving out here. About a year or so of being out here, I started to pursue that because it was just something I felt passionate about and then worked into that. Got a job at F45, not the one where I met you at. I was at one previous to that already, which was kind of far away. And then found an opportunity at the studio where I met you just to get more experience and work into it even more and stay in like that health space. And then just like through those experiences, I've found like where my passion lies, and it does lie in health, but I think it lies like in that coaching and like teaching realm, which hopefully makes sense as why I'm like looking to be a teacher now.
Yeah, of course. No, you were great, super motivating. It was fun to learn that you enjoyed running. Can you tell us a little why you feel you're a runner like us?
Yes, I am a runner like you because I'm here for the community. I'm here
Awesome.
for the runner fits. I'm here for the shoes. I'm here for the coffee.
Yes.
I'm here for the workouts. I'm
Gotta
here
write
for the
that down.
training. I'm here for everything that running has to offer.
Mhm.
And I have to run before I can do anything.
Mm.
Love it. I think I know somebody like that.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
I love that. That was such a great answer. We ask people the same question, but I love how everyone's answer is so different.
Mhm.
So I
Hmm.
love that.
Yeah, and I've been reminiscing on that too. And maybe it's because of your podcast. And because of that question, I look around and I have to realize more and more that people like don't run like I do. Like seriously, like they're out there for, like you said, different reasons, like
Mhm.
health. They just need to get out and move their body. So it's just so interesting for me to like see that and then hear those things too.
So, what is it like to win a marathon? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I never like expected that I would ever win one. That
Hmm.
wasn't like the goal starting out to like
Hmm.
be the best and the fastest. I want to be fast, but it was always like a competition with myself and like
Hmm.
bettering my times. So it was crazy because just to talk about that race, we were all intermingled with like the different distances. Full, it was half, I think a 10K and a 5K. So they were all at the same starting line. And I was just paying attention to the bibs people were wearing too. So I
Hmm.
was running like the appropriate pace, and then I was just kind of like looking at people next to me, like
Hmm.
they're not in the marathon, like my pace is okay. And then I got to a certain point in the marathon where I passed somebody, and I'm like, I think that was like the only person in front of me, and just needed to keep myself there of like, don't push too hard, don't go crazy, and just completely lose it and then fall off in like the second half of the race, which has happened at times. But then that was at 10K in, it was like 6 or 8 miles in where I passed this person and then just slowly got through the crowds of people since we were like still running together on the same
Hmm.
route. And then we got to a point where everyone broke off finally and the half marathon broke off. And the point I'm getting to here is now you've got that motorcycle pace car in front of you. I'm like, this is crazy. I
No, that's
didn't
crazy.
think I would be here. So I was like trying to take in that moment too, but like stay within the race. And
Yeah.
it was just there in front of me like the whole way from like mile 10 all the way to the end and just running through the tape. Like I never envisioned myself doing something like that. And the crowd was awesome, especially at the end, just like how loud it got for
Yeah.
such a small race. It was really cool. It was cool to experience all of that.
No, that's
Congratulations. I
dope.
mean, that is a huge accomplishment and something you should be so proud of, and that you PR'd, right?
Yeah, I
Yep.
did.
Yep.
Yep. It was about a 15-second PR. And there's a
Nice.
few things to say about that too. So, yeah.
I am curious. I follow when you're racing and what races you're doing because I'm just so interested and so intrigued in how fast you are. I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but Boulderthon, I felt like you were going for it then too, but then did something happen in that race? And then I looked and
Yeah.
I saw your time. And I mean, obviously something to be so proud of, regardless of your time. You finished a marathon. I just wasn't sure. Were you okay?
Yeah, it was okay. I wasn't injured,
Okay.
anything serious like that. But yeah, I went for it. Like I do with all my races. I like put that pressure on myself and people tell me not to. And they're like, just be proud of whatever time you run. And I'm getting to that point where like even after Boulder, I was still proud of
Good.
that effort and had fun. I was like kind of scared going into it because I ran the 5K last year and I just seeing like the battle faces of the marathoners after. Like this
Hmm.
does not look fun. And it was kind of on a whim. I mean, I signed up for it a few months back, so I knew it was coming. And what went wrong was, I mean, just like my nutrition going into it, like how my diet was. I got to the starting line and I just felt like heavy and full. I just kind of knew like this might not be my day. And then went out and went for it. You never know what's going to happen. The course is super tough. It's super hilly.
Mhm.
It was hot. I mean, there were still some good times ran there. It just wasn't my day for a good
Yeah.
time.
You did mention nutrition. What did you do differently for the City of Oaks?
What I did differently was I took that information from Boulderthon and was like, okay, this is what I need to change. It was only a month in between the two.
Hmm.
And it was like outside of running, like the nutrition behind the scenes. It was also like the nutrition during the run too that I focused on and tinkered with a little bit. I've been drinking a lot of coconut water, just like switching that up and trying it out for the electrolytes and some sugar too, but like for the electrolytes and recovery drink. And I was just drinking too much of that. I think I was getting too many electrolytes and too much sugar. So I think that's why what led to me feeling full and just like a little bit bigger than I normally feel when I felt comfortable running. And then like overeating too. As a runner, yeah, you can eat whatever you want, but I was like eating past feeling full. I could eat more, but I don't really need to. And I think that also led into me like feeling full and heavy. And then as far as like the race goes, I got back to something that I had tried in previous marathons. I use it on my PR, my previous PR marathon too. It's this little vitamin chocolate chew and it like helps with focus. I tried it like a week before and I did like a steady run. I did a warm up, hold like a 650 pace for like 8 miles just to work on my pacing for the next marathon. Because I found that's like my issue too, is like I'm very like up and down with my pacing. I don't keep it super steady. But what I was saying, passing those runners, just making sure I'm like on that pace still. But I tried that chocolate chew during that time and I took it right before I started my run. I did a 2 mile warm up, which took about 15 minutes or so. And then maybe like 20 minutes in, looking back on that training run, I felt it like kick in and my focus was just like dialed into the ground. I don't know if you guys can relate, but like you get to a point where you're just like kind of wandering and
Yeah.
off, and you're like, oh, I feel everything now. uh,
Yeah.
yeah. And also with gels too, I tinkered with that a little bit too of like, do I really need this right now? Can I wait? Can I push it off a little bit extra? And that kind of goes into that overeating thing too. But like during the run of like, do I really need this? Do I need it now? Can I push it off a little bit longer? So a lot of science there, I guess, for you for
Yeah.
that answer. Yeah, I mean, I put a lot of thought into it, as you can tell by that
Yeah,
answer.
for sure. Seems like you kind of have to if you're going that fast. I'm curious how you even eat anything when you're running that fast.
Yeah. With the nutrition that you intake, is it more like less solid, more liquid, maybe like applesauce or the gels and stuff? Do you try to stay
Yeah.
away from solid foods?
Yeah, I just keep it to performance gels and like
Okay.
performance-based nutrition.
Okay.
So the things that I've gone to are gels. I use the Carbs Fuel gels now.
Hmm.
They're local out here in Golden, actually.
Hmm.
I don't know
Mm,
how new they are. And I use Morton's as
mm.
well. I use the caffeine ones this time and salt stick electrolyte tabs and those chocolate chews are called Energy Lift. So all just performance based gels and nutrition.
Do you grab water or the electrolytes when you go by, or you just go? You don't need
I
it.
do. Yeah. No, I definitely do. Yeah. It's a big mistake if you pass too many of those. It catches up to you. Yeah, I definitely do take one pretty much every time. And sometimes I'll grab like two or three. I'll
Hmm.
pour
Mhm.
one and then grab another one. And like
Mhm.
I'm only holding one cup because sometimes they're filled up really full and sometimes just a little bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I need more.
Yeah.
I'll vary it too, but at a certain point, like I mean, I can't be picky. I just need fluid in my body too. So, and like if it's not gonna work out for me, if it's like, oh shoot, I grabbed electrolytes and I don't really want these, then I won't force that on myself. I might take a little bit just to kind of wet my mouth and keep going. But yes, I do. I do take water. And I have an awesome one person team, which is my mom and
Aw.
she's so
Oh.
supportive. Yes.
Shout out to
Um,
mom. We love moms.
I know. Shout her out, please. And yeah, she's there at all my races. She likes meeting me at different points and she will hand me a bottle too of nutrition of like something specific to take that really helps me too. And I plan for that on
Mhm.
the race. And it's usually just like electrolytes, but it's a little bit more and it's like stuff that's more personal to me, not just like what they have on the course,
Hmm.
which is great. And the races do such a good job of coordinating those things too. It is beneficial for me to have personal bottle to be able to pick up at least once and maybe like if I'm lucky a second time like later on in the race. Yeah, she's incredible. I'm like, I don't know how she does it. I was thinking about even this last one. I just expected her to be there. Like I knew she was going to be there. And then she tells me, oh, I had to go through this and like this was closed. There were so many people. And I'm like, wow, you were there.
She shows up.
Oh, that's
Yes,
dope.
it's incredible.
Do
Amazing.
you also incorporate strength training as well?
I don't know. I'm all running. If I were to call it strength training, it would be just running hills for like leg strength or body strength.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
focus on my form though, as far as arm strength and like upper body strength. And like I focus on my posture and those types of things while I'm running. And it could be beneficial for me to do like some form of strength training, but how am I holding my arms? Like in a performance style run, your arms are like more tucked in. If you watch like Kipchoge run and like the elites run, they're like held in tight to their chest. So I just practice on those things and don't like let my arms hang out in front of me. And then like my posture too, like how is my lean? And am I leaning over too much or not enough? Or like where is my body positioned over my feet when I'm running?
Yeah, that's all science, man.
Yeah.
It's
Got that
science.
science to it.
I know, I know. I'm
We
sorry.
gotta get Keith
Sorry.
together with Phil because them and the sciences.
Oh my goodness, y'all would hit
Wait
it
for that
off.
one, Keith. Wait for that one,
Straight
okay?
science. You can make it into a show.
The
This
two of
running
them.
science. So I hear you are an advocate for men's health, right? So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that question because yes, I am. I don't think I've always like had problems with my personal mental health, but I came across like a situation that put that upon me, and I was in a situation for a while that I was dealing with those things. I battled with it for several years. So why I talk about it so much now and like am being more vocal about it now is
Yeah.
like I've heard other people say those things. And specifically, not to like alienate anybody, but like specifically for my position, just like other men that are like older than me too, that role model thing and seeing those people like speak about how they feel has been like very impactful for me. And I've
Mhm.
noticed that. And so I've taken that and like pushed it out and put it
Yeah.
forward too in the hopes of maybe it'll help somebody, but it helps me too at the same time.
Yeah.
No, I think even just setting an example of just speaking out and showing the importance of men's mental health is a huge step forward. Definitely for men, definitely for athletes, for people in general. So I definitely applaud you and I encourage you to keep doing that because you never know who you would inspire. Because you
Mhm.
are inspiring people for sure. You just don't never know the vast number of people that you're inspiring. So definitely just continue to do that. Speak life into yourself, speak life into men and just continue to set that example.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you saying that.
Yes,
It's good to
sir.
have you all support one another, especially like, you mentioned community here, and I feel like the running community is big on supporting one another,
Yep.
especially like men supporting men. I mean, yeah, women supporting women too, but we cross paths and we support one another. So I think it's important.
Definitely.
Helps us stick around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I found that in the running community too. Like I have friends, male and female friends that I meet there, and they're all super supportive. And the
Hmm.
kudos show up on race day from all of them. So
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
amazing to have that. It's so encouraging, so
Yeah.
inspiring.
So I know Jason's dying to know, do you dabble on the trails?
I don't.
Oh, come
What?
on. I've seen you go up Lookout. Is that not trail?
Um, no, I run on the road.
Oh.
When I,
Ugh. What? What do you mean?
yep.
Nah, I respect it. I respect it.
I have, when I first moved out here to Colorado, I was doing that a lot and enjoying that. But recently, like this last year, I mean, two or three times, like total, I've been on a trail running. So no, not really. I don't know if you know, Michelle, or if I told you about it, but I ran a 60K here in Colorado.
Oh, you did?
Nice.
Which one?
Yeah, is Never Summer 60K, and they have
Nice.
100K also just west of Fort Collins. And that was a year after I moved out here, and it was before my first marathon. So I ran an ultra before my first marathon,
Nice.
8,000 feet of
Oh.
elevation gain. Yeah, so I was
Mm.
like, this is easy. I'm gonna be able
Yeah.
to do this, no problem.
Oof. All right. 8,000.
But I mean,
Ooh.
I did do a trail run, Jason. So I ran, it was 8,000 feet of elevation gain. Started early morning. It took me 8 hours and 40 minutes, and I finished in the teens somewhere.
That
Yeah.
is amazing. 8,000. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good
Yes.
number.
It was all pretty, I know. Yeah,
Oh, that's
Diabolical.
awesome.
it really was.
I'm curious because so people should follow you on Strava because it is quite amazing. I can't rant and rave about how impressed I am with you, how you're so fast. I will never be like that. So I'll just live vicariously through you. But I am curious, your recovery. I mean, are you sore after the marathon? Because I see after your marathon, it's like either the next day, maybe that night, sometimes I feel like you go for a run and it's
Yeah.
not a short one either. So
Yeah.
do tell.
Yeah, I know. I can just like run through it. Am I supposed to? Maybe not, because it's like I'll run 8 miles the next day after a marathon, after a hard effort, and it'll be like 8 minute pace or something, which
Hmm.
is on the slower end for me typically, but still, I guess, kind of fast considering I just ran a marathon.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm super sore, and like every step is like, ow. It's just what I need. And this last marathon, the City of Oaks one that I just did, like I forced myself to take time off. I took 3 days off, I think, and then I did an easy run where, like you said, typically I would maybe run later that day or the next day for sure and get out and run. But I forced myself to take like 3 days off. I ran 2, maybe 3 days that week. And then the next week I took another like 4 days off and ran 2 or 3 days again. And 2 weeks post that marathon, I was like, wow, my hips are really, really sore. And like, I just felt things in a different way to take that time off. Whereas, like, if I would have kept going, what I noticed is like all that soreness and pain blends together. So I'm like, is this because I just ran 8 miles or is it from the marathon? So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
just found like 2 weeks post marathon of taking some extra time off, I realized where I really was sore. But yes, recovery is important to me. I promise.
Well, now you're prioritizing recovery. That's good. Did that also help you shift your mindset from just running a marathon to winning a marathon?
The mindset for that, it wasn't like I want to win. The recovery and all that, it's just like my growth in the sport and growth in
Mm,
running and learning and trial and error and being interested in the science aspect of it, using what I know to play into that and like talking to other people and hearing what they use and also hearing people say like, yeah, I take time off. And I'm like, okay, it's okay for me to take time off. I will
Definitely.
do that.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm curious who or what inspires you.
At this point, I inspire myself.
Gotta write that down.
At this point, that's what it's turned into. Going back to your question about the mental health thing, I was in a deep, dark spot. You could call it rock bottom or like
Mhm.
something along those lines of like, okay, I've really hit a low point, like a low, low point. I just needed to change something. I had that support around me. I told you I had my mom. She's always there for me, and my dad too. He's there for me and inspires me in different ways, which
Mhm.
I absolutely love. How he just lights a fire under me in a certain way that gets to me and motivates the heck out of me, and I love it. I really, really do. So, and it's just super inspiring for me now.
Bring something different out of you, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure
that,
does.
yeah, that's really dope to hear though.
So tell us a little bit about meeting Truett Haynes.
Yeah,
Look at Jason.
I
He's
Is it
listening.
just
He's
pain? Is it
focused.
just pain? Is it just pain?
of pain. Well, so I met him and like ran into him at the Austin Marathon earlier
Mm,
this year, which was in February.
mhm,
Before that time, though, like I had known him on the periphery. I started following his dad, Cam Haynes, and he was someone that I really followed. And I found him through his dad.
mhm,
And the way I found him was he was doing this pull-up record, 24-hour pull-up record. So I don't know if you guys know about
mhm.
that.
Yeah,
24 hours, he did 10,001 pull-ups. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's a
crazy.
beast.
Yeah, I'm running. It's mile 25 almost. This guy runs up next to me wearing jeans, no shirt. And
Hmm.
I just immediately look over and I was in the moment and I'm like, is that Truett Haynes? As he's like kind of passing me a little bit, he doesn't flinch. I'm like, I gotta say something else. Like, your dad is crazy. Still nothing. And then I'm like, immediately, I'm like, you're crazy, dude. And then he turns and looks at me, and we just kind of are like running together for a little bit. I can't keep up with you right now. The
Yeah.
legs are crushed, and it would have been awesome to like go and finish with him, but then he keeps going, finishes the race, and I'm still focused in on like what I'm doing and finishing and getting through all that. Then I cross the finish line and just am in the moment. I look up and he's still there. I run up to him, throw my arm around him, and then this camera person at the end captures this moment with us, and he posts that at the end of like his reel that he has, like
So
super famous reel now. And then I'm just like, my legs have never hurt like that ever before. And just having a quick little conversation with him, he turns to me and is like, what was our time, like where did we finish? And he introduced himself, which is always really cool who you are, but shook his hand and we were off. That was our moment.
That
that's
is
dope.
so cool.
Oh, that's so dope. I wonder how that feels like, you putting everything into your race and you just look up guy with jeans, no shirt, wired headphones. He probably had his wired headphones on, huh?
Yep. Yep.
Classic.
Still in
Classic.
all his aura.
Yeah, his hair just frolicking. Yeah, yeah, he's a goat.
Yeah.
He's the goat. What advice do you have for young men and athletes looking to get stronger during their journey?
My advice is find something hard to do and
Hmm.
something that has meaning. The biggest thing for me was I fed my mind with things that were like healthy for it. Like I said, Cameron Haynes was one of those things. Finding those people who are in the similar mindset of your mind space,
Hmm.
knowing that that can get lonely and it can get isolating because then you're really breaking off of piece of like who you were, finding this whole new person, and then just looking to get around those people that have those mindsets like you. And I guess I say that too, you're like the most critical person on yourself, and it's like other people are always like super supportive, which is awesome. It's awesome to have those people, and you need to lean into those people too that are
Yep.
around you,
Yep.
that are always there for you. A couple other things I would say too is remember your purpose, what you're doing it for, and just knowing that it's going to pay off someday.
Yeah.
Like that moment of meeting Truett Haynes, that doesn't happen if I don't go out and run, if I never
Hmm.
experience this thing. And I've had just like a few other just weird chance meetings with people too along the lines. Jeremy Miller, he's another
Mhm.
Instagram person, and just met him at an event also in Austin. I lined up at Boulderthon next to Molly Seidel, which was really cool. It was like last minute. I just turned to the person next to me and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then I do a double take, and that's who's next to me. I met this like really famous UFC fighter, and you got to put yourself out there. And to
Hmm.
that point of it's gonna pay off. I mean, this is several years in the making. I never pictured it or like imagined like something like this to be happening. So hopefully there's something in there that somebody can take.
Yeah, of course. There's lots of good things. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of gems. I like
Yeah.
that, man.
They're hidden gems. You gotta dig for
That's the best thing about
them.
treasure. Trying
You
to tell
gotta
you, you
dig
gotta
them.
go for it. Yeah, there it
Uh-oh.
is.
Well, if you could sum it up in less than 10 words, what is your why?
Mm.
My why is to stay fit and to have fun.
Love it.
Mm.
That's all you need, actually. And
That
off.
down. Yeah, that's my quote now. You shared a lot of your experiences, your approach to your journey, of course, the mental health side, the physical side, the growth during it all. What advice do you have for like new runners trying to break into the same space?
I would say remember your why. Why are you
Mm.
doing? Why did you get so compelled to get out there and go for a
Mm.
run? And then the next day when you're sore, remember your why. Everyone's why is different, but it has the same amount of power for everybody to help keep you moving forward and to achieve your goals.
I
Like that.
love it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So, pop question. What's next for you?
Turkey trot.
Heck yeah, Thanksgiving. Which one are you doing?
Well, I'm traveling back home, so I'll be doing one in Illinois. It's in Naperville, if anyone knows where that is. Kind of local to where I live,
Mhm.
5K up there.
Any
Yeah,
Nice.
marathons in your future? You're usually very secretive, like you don't tell us.
there are. Gonna keep it a secret for now.
Fine. All right. We'll just
But
have to wait and see.
Nice.
yes, stay tuned. Plan is though, just kind of keep it controlled and consistent through the winter time here. And just coming off of like, I've been reflecting on the year I had. So Austin Marathon, the next race was Colfax half PR
Nice.
at
Nice, nice.
altitude. So I'm like, heck yeah. And then 6 days after that, I went home, did a race in Chicago, 10 miler
Nice.
PR. I don't think I had anything until Boulderthon.
Hmm.
So another marathon. 3 weeks after that, so a week before, I think I did 5K out here in Denver, and then my marathon PR, did the Wash Park circuit last week too. So 2.25 mile sprint, which was crazy. So I'm just reflecting on the year that I had, and I'm like, we're gonna take it easy for a little bit.
Yeah. All
Hmm.
Easy
right.
through the winter and just stay fit and then come out of the cold. And I guess the next race, that I will tell you about is Boulder.
All right, in May. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Well, I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. I loved having this conversation, learning more about what you think about, what's important to you, and where you've been and where you are now. And we're super stoked that you were here. I'm super proud of you. It was so awesome. Congrats on your marathon win and your shiny new PR. It's always fun. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our liurners? You
And
can
like
tell them
what?
what kind of shoes you wear.
Yeah, Saucony Endorphin Elites are my go-to race.
Okay.
Features socks. Running outfit is tracksmith, tights and top. Gotta have the necklace. Gotta look
Nice.
good.
Ooh.
Gotta
Nice.
look good. So a little
Got a
bit of
bling
flash in
bling.
there,
Of
just to look
course.
good.
Do you run with headphones?
No, but I do run with music. I just
Oh,
have it playing on my phone.
oh,
So
I know.
everybody gets to hear it.
I went to your Strava. You got a crazy playlist there, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect it. I
All
respect
right.
it.
It's like kind of hip hop or
Hmm.
country. I think Michelle knows a little bit of my playlist and what I subject people to, whether they like it or not. I'm telling you guys, this is hype. You got to listen to it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, cool. Why don't you tell people where they can follow you on Strava and on Instagram?
Yeah, definitely. Strava. Look me up, Keith Reinert, KeithReinert. In Colorado is where I'm at. So if you search me on Strava, that's what you'll see.
Mhm.
Instagram is Keith Reinert 630. And I do also have a YouTube channel. I post
Nice.
some things on there too. So if people want to
Really?
check it out, are interested in that, that's called the Entertainment Grid.
Okay.
Nice.
Just
I'm
for
gonna pull
some
it
like
up.
other content too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, it's been such a pleasure having you. Actually, Jason, where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram. Go for your 30. I'll be on there
Yep.
running.
And then you can find me at MQUIT. And like I said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Keith, for sharing everything. We're super excited for you. Can't wait to see what's next. And yeah, everyone, give us a listen, like, follow. Peace.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Appreciate you. That
And
was
have
really
a good
good.
day.